Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the pre-match pump-up show for today's massive league game, Tottenham versus Sheffield United. It's do or die for top four, where we will be getting you, the fans' opinions on today's game, taking you through the starting lineups and all the way through to the live watch-along with your boys, Ben and Sim. So it should be an absolute cracker. But first of all, make sure you've already smashed the like on the stream. Make sure you smash and subscribe on the channel. If you want to come on and share your thoughts, the link is in the community section. So make sure you come on and you share your thoughts. If you don't have a membership, make sure you grab a membership and come on then. And you can also share your thoughts with me on today's game. But a bit of breaking news to start off with. The Liverpool versus Man United game is postponed. Fair play to the fans in one way, because the managers they're getting out there, they're making their voices heard, and you know they're making people recognise that that these owners, they can't just take this game away from us. So I applaud all them United fans, to be honest with you. But look, on to today's game. Before we start getting people on, we are looking to complete the first league double over Sheffield United since the 75-76 season. Can we do it, or will we be suffering a cup hangover? I think we're going to do it. Sheffield United are winless in all 4 Premier League away games versus Tottenham, which is another good omen. Sheffield United have only just won one of their last 25 games down in London, so they don't travel well to London, so that's another good omen. And for me, I think if we do go to take this game from Sheffield United, they've conceded the most goals out of any team in the second half, and that's 32 goals. So I do expect us to kind of break away in the second half and take this game to them. Kickoff, of course, for the Spurs game today is 7:15 p.m. We are at home with Andre Mariner. He's the man in the middle. He's the referee. But this is going to be an absolute whopper of a show, lads, and I can't wait. So let's start getting the guests on, because we have one man in the background who is dying to come on and have his say, and it's Brian Daigle. Let's bring Brian Daigle on. Oh,
hello, buddy. Hello.
How are you, Brian? How are you keeping, my man?
I'm all good, sir. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. Pumped for this match. But look, I know you want to talk about these protests today first.
Yeah. First of all, I want to just say well done once again. We said thank you to Chelsea for the protests, and thank you once again for Manchester United. They're showing the way that we need to do this. I don't know who's down there at White Hart Lane today, if anybody, but I hope there are, because they're just showing once again what the power of the fans can do. And we've had another week with ENIC just being an absolute joke and making us look worse. And we've got to do things. We can't wait till May the 15th. We need to act every single opportunity we can. And just well done, United. Honestly, well done, United.
Yeah, no, fair play to them. You know, it just goes to show that the fans do have a bit of power. Look, it's not, the protest isn't the only answer, but it's a bloody well good start. It's a bloody well good start, and fair play to them United fans. But Brian, we need to turn out now in the 15th in numbers, don't we? We need to replicate this.
Turn out the 15th. Listen, we've delayed this, or not delayed this. We've set this date as the 15th. Now, we have had so long to get this ready. Ben, bless him, and all the ones that turned down for the first one didn't have a lot of notice, but there were numbers there, which was a start. If there is not, and I'm serious, if there aren't tens of thousands there, then I'm going to be shocked. This has got to be done. If I could get over from Toronto, I would be there. I urge anyone possible to get there, because this is the moment. And I actually urge fans to get there before this game as well. Any other game, whether we're home or away, just get your message sent, because this cannot go on. This cannot go on. Look at it with Ten Hag and how we've been treated here, and the manager's just turning us down. We're standing for it. We're standing for it, and there's no action, and there needs to be action.
Yeah, there does. And I'm calling on every Spurs fan that can make it down on the 15th to get down in numbers, be loud, and make sure we let ENIC know that we just don't want them here anymore. We want them to sell up the club, and we want them out. So that everyone can play their part, even worldwide fans. Anything Spurs official put out on Twitter or on their social medias, all you have to do is just hashtag ENIC out underneath. We cannot let up. It's about time that us Spurs fans found our balls and started doing the exact same that we're seeing the likes of Arsenal, as much as it kills me, Chelsea, United, all them fans turn out. We need to play our part now, and it's up to us to do this. So the 15th of May, get down there and join Ben and Sim and make sure your voice is heard. But Brian, we will get on to the day's game. Look, for me, I would love to see a return of Tanguy and Ndombele today. I think he's going to be crucial. Against City, we missed that. We missed him being able to pick up the ball, run by players, take challenges, ride challenges, but also break the lines with his passing as well. So would you like to see Tanguy return today, Brian?
100%. I mean, that performance last Sunday was pathetic. The only people that could hold their heads up high, in my opinion, was Lloris, Toby, Eric Dyer, and Eric Dyer deserves a lot of credit for that game. He comes in for a lot of slacking, and when he performs well, he deserves the credit. Him and Lucas Moura. That is it. So we are owed a performance, and by God, they best do it. And everyone's going on about Ryan Mason. His press conference is pathetic. Pathetic. I'm sure Daniel Levy has hypnotised him. I want everyone to try and ring a bell or bark like a dog to bring him out of his trance. Because it's ridiculous. We owe a performance, and Tanguy is a very, very key part of that.
Yeah, no, he is. And just on Ryan Mason, Brian, what do you make of Ryan Mason's press conference? Because for me, he's just one of the he's a yes man, isn't he? Like he's in prime position because he was drafted from the under 18s. Now, look, if you were Ryan Mason, of course you're going to take the job. It's a dream job for any Spurs boy. You know what I mean? And you're going to take the opportunity, no matter how much it comes about. But do you think he should be saying more in the press?
100 billion%. We would all dream for that job. Now, if the gods had given it to me, the first press conference I had, whether it cost my job or not, I would have run Levy under the bus. I'd have literally said, I played for this club. I was born at this. I supported this club. I don't stand for this, and literally put egg on Levy's face for once. I understand he can't go out and do that. He's got a dream job and he really can't get blackballed, but it comes to a point where it's like, do I do a yes man just so I keep this job, or do I stand up for the club that I believe and love and support? And you've got to weigh the pros and cons. And this is why, like I was just saying to you off air, I applaud Gary Neville for everything he's doing and coming out. We need a footballer and a big-time footballer, ex-Tottenham player, to come out and start calling it as it is. Because these bastards in charge don't listen to a single thing we say. Levy still doesn't come out. That little tweet about the airport he's building in America, it's just one thing after another. Ryan Mason has got to stand up for the club, not for Levy. Yeah,
100%. I'd agree with that. Brian, let's take a bit back to the game as well. Joe Rodon, of course, he was cup tied against City. Do you expect to see him to return today, or do you expect us to keep the same back four that played against City?
With the performance that they've done, and I must admit in the two games, Dyer, and I think he may keep it, but I really want to see Rodon. I think Rodon is, let's face it, we're not going to go and get a Skriniar and whatever this summer, so Rodon is going to be key. He's a defender that loves defending, and he needs to play. But I don't think he's even been in either. Well, he couldn't be in the Man City squad, but I don't even think he was in the Southampton squad, was he? He's just been back into the Bermuda Triangle. But I would love to see him come out today.
Yeah, 100%. But look, the only player missing for Spurs today is the team news for today is Ben Davies. Of course, he's been out for the last 6 weeks with an ankle injury. Yeah. And then Sheffield United, they have a whole host of names missing. They have Chris Basham, Ollie McBurney, Billy Sharp, Jack O'Connell. They're all out. But they are expecting to see the return of Sander Berg, Brian. And Sander Berg is a player that Spurs have been heavily linked with. Would you take him at Tottenham?
We're getting linked with Sheffield United players now. They're probably using us to piggyback and move somewhere else. So, mate, do you know what? Anyone that comes to this club now, I don't care. Until, like I said, I keep going back to it now. I am so stuck on this. I won't say, "Come on, you Spurs" anymore and mean it. It's just every time I get addressed with that, Levy out, Enoch out. I won't sing it, chant it, anything. It doesn't matter who comes in. We're not going to get the players that we think need to be to build the squad up. This is it. We're being linked with Scotty Parker, Ralph Hasenhuttl, and all these people getting relegated. This is what we're accepting right now. To be linked with relegation fodder. It's unacceptable. I will not accept him. I will not accept him. We are such a joke. We're a disgrace.
Brian, we actually have a super chat in here quickly. Nigel Gates, He says Mason needs to stop playing his best mates, Winks and Gio, and use the best players, Ndombele and Bale. And 100%, Nigel, I fully agree with you. I do believe that's why Winks played the cup final, is because he is mates. I do believe that maybe Levy probably had a bit of a hand in that team selection. But another player I wanted to ask you about, Brian, and look, everyone actually quickly, if you want to get your super chats in, follow Nigel Gates' example, get the super chats in. If you have questions for the panel, whether you agree with us or disagree with us, let us know. Don't be shy. But Brian, Bale, do you want to see the return of Gareth Bale today?
100%. I wanted him to start against Man City. After the Southampton game, he looked like what Jose was saying. Oh, he's not fit. He's not ready. It clearly seemed like a Jose ego thing. He was fantastic against Southampton. Why you didn't play him from the start, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And if he doesn't play him today, I mean, what was the point? What was the point? When you've got a player that could put a ray of sunshine into the team and produce a moment of magic. And let's face it, we've only got him for what, another 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
Enjoy it whilst we got it. He's got to start, which means he probably won't know in our team.
100%, 100%. Look, on the other side of things, though, Brian, people might say, look, we only have 4 weeks, 5 weeks left of Gareth Bale. If you take it over the course of a season, he hasn't really done too much for Tottenham, and they'll be calling for the likes of Bergwijn to come back in and give him the run of games. What do you make on that?
So I think Bergwijn next season, once we know who our manager is, will actually get played in the position he was played for, and will become a player. I'm not turning my back on him. I've got a lot of faith and confidence in Bergwijn. But right now, if you sign someone for 220 grand a week, and he's there and available, play him. If he doesn't have a good first half, then you bring a Bergwijn on.
Yeah,
that's when you do it. When you've got Gareth Bale there, and he's showing the form that he did against Southampton, you've got to play him. You've got to play him. And this is the thing: if he doesn't play and we don't get a result today, you know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to say, "Where was Bale? Why do we play Bale?" If we play him and he doesn't perform, then you've got a reason for the next game to say, "Okay, I understand that." But Bale played well against Southampton. Bale deserves to start.
Yeah, 100%. And we just have a quick super chat here from Ribsy85. He says, Mason getting cute with the selection in the cup final. It's just unacceptable. Mate, you're a caretaker. You play the strongest squad. What do you make on that, Brian? And big up Ribs85 for the super chat, my man.
Listen, as Harry Redknapp said, football's a very, very easy game. You play your strongest players in their strongest positions. Yeah. That's it. You don't try mucking it about. And listen, our season, regardless, has been an absolute clusterfuck, in all honesty. The roller coaster of emotions that we normally go through as Spurs fans have been upgraded by 1,000,000. If someone had told me this season would go the way it has, exactly, I would have said, "What kind of drugs are you smoking?" Because I need some. Because it's no one could gather this. And it is Ryan Mason. When we thought, do you know what? He's a Tottenham boy. He'll do things right. He hasn't. And we just need this manager in quick, and then know where we're going. But most importantly, like I said, May the 15th or sooner is the most important date in Tottenham's recent history, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And Brian, we have another super chat here. Nabil Jamal, he says, "You two are great and don't beat around the bush. Great listen with my Sunday drive, or with my Sunday dinner, sorry. I'll follow you both on Twitter. Peace and love, Captain Heiberg." Big yourself up, Nabil Jamal. Really do appreciate that, man. And I'm glad that me and Brian can bring a bit of entertainment around your dinner table. Around your Sunday dinner. I just hope the wife and the kids and that aren't giving out to you for having us on. But big yourself up for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. And everyone else, get your super chats in. But Brian, look, I have 2 more questions for you. And I know you're going to give me honest answers. First one is top 4. Are we finished with, is top 4 over for us now? Or do we still have a chance if we win our remaining 5 games?
Top 4, forget it. Top 4, forget it. And I hope, and I've never said this as a Spurs fan, I pray to God we don't get it. I pray to God we don't get top 4. Because if we get top 4, the 2 buffoons, the 2 degenerates, the 2 parasites get what they want. And they'll go into their rock for the summer and hide away, and we'll start offering 1 million and a packet of Smarties for our top players, or upgrade it to 2 million and a packet of Quavers and Monster Munch. No top 4. No, thank you. Don't want it. Don't think we can get it. Fuck off, Levy. That's question number 1.
top four, it is a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because I actually genuinely believe if we get top four, they'll give Mason the job, and you know, it papers over a lot of the cracks. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But me with my Tottenham hat on and my love for the club, I'm not going to lie, Brian. I do want them to get top four. I'm not going to lie. I know you're going to kill me, but
No,
I do.
I'm not going to kill you. Listen, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and everyone that comes on this fantastic channel and all of our channels that we have all have the same love for Tottenham Hotspur. There's no I love Tottenham more than you, or you have difference of opinions. Now,
Yeah.
I have followed Tottenham for 35 odd years. I'm 42 in a couple of months. I've had a season ticket holder for 10 years back in the dark 90s. And as everyone knows, my hatred for the two people up top is exceeded by no other person. I think I am I hold personal credit and love that I'm Levy's number one hater.
Yeah.
And I've got to take my love for the club out, as in where we finish in the league. It doesn't matter. What I want is the future of the club. And right now, the future of my club is being tarnished and is going backwards, and it will continue to go backwards until those two are out. So anything to cut the money off, I'm all for it.
So do you know what? That probably answers my last question, because I was going to say, do you want Europa League next season, or would you rather take a year out of Europe, get teams sorted out, and then go back again?
I want. Do you know what? I'm trying to work out what would be better: no Europe, or the humiliation of this conference, the Mickey Mouse and Mickey Mouse and Mickey Mouse Cups. So I'm trying to work out which one I'd want, rather no Europe or the Mickey Mouse and Mickey Mouse. Anything that cuts their money off is what I'm for.
Yeah, 100%. And look, sorry, last question, Brian, is I was actually listening to a podcast that Harry Redknapp done, and he was more or less saying that Daniel Levy isn't the problem, it's Joe Lewis. What would you make on that?
Listen, Harry Redknapp has come up. He's a wheeler dealer. He's a Del Boy. He's a lovely guy. He was assured that we had a manager already, and we don't. Listen, they're both as bad as each other. It's just deflection. It's smoke and mirrors. They are both pathetic. They are both an embarrassment. They are both a disgrace, and they both need to leave. I don't care who's worse than it. The pair of them together are a disgrace and need to go out. Goodbye.
Yeah, 100%. And just quickly before you go, Brian, we have a super chat from Rob Smith, and he says, "Come on, you Spurs, Enoch out." So look, I usually ask everyone for the biggest "Come on, you Spurs," Brian. But before I do let you go, give me your biggest Enoch out.
I can do that, and I'll finish it with a song as well. So I'll first of all go, Enoch out, and then I'll go, na 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 na. I want Enoch out, Enoch out. I want Enoch out, na 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 na. And everyone go on, just get these bastards out. Everyone enjoy the game, and I will see you all later.
I absolutely love it, Brian. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate you coming on. You're an absolute legend. And thank you so much. Everyone's loving what you have to say, and you're as real as they come, my man.
Thank you, brother. See you soon.
I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. Well, look, we will get the next guest on straight away. His name is Fen. Let's bring him on. And just quickly, Courtney Mac was in the background. Courtney Mac, do come back on and join, my man. And everyone else who wants to join, the link is in the community section. Do come on and have your say. This is what this show is for. It's for you, the fans out there. It can't happen without you guys. And do the basics. Make sure you have smashed a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel. Grab your channel membership for the pre-match pump-up show and the post-match fan show with Ben and Sim, the two goats of Tottenham YouTube. And also feel free to get your super chats in. Why not get your super chats in and let us know what you think on the protest today, how our protest needs to be on the 15th. Do you want Champions League next season? Do you want Europa League next season? Let us know what you want. But let's bring him on. Let's waste no time. Let's bring on the main man himself, Ben. Ben, how are you keeping, man?
Yeah, I'm all right, David. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good, man. To be honest with you, I'm absolutely pumped for the game. Every time I see you, you make me smile. You come on with that big smile. That's what we want to see.
No, cheers.
But look, what's
your
thoughts first of all on the United fans protesting, getting the game called off? Do you think it's the right move?
Yes, I think it's proven a point, and it's a point that needed to be proven, and it's that Spurs need to follow that on the 15th.
Yeah.
And I think if we can follow that, then that's going to be unbelievable, and that puts a big sign out to any doubts about the Super League or anything else. about the
Yeah.
owners of all these clubs. So yeah, I think it was the right thing.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And let's get back onto today's game. Fen, who do you want to see in the midfield today?
Who do I want to see in the midfield? Well, I think we're going to go 4-2-3-1. So I think, personally, I want to see Højbjerg, Ndombele, and I think Ali sitting in front of him. I think that's how it'll go. But I'm not sure if Ali will get the start. I hope he can get the start. Sorry, I think my connection is really laggy.
Yeah, it's really bad. Do you want to just try and sort it out and come back on again? Because I really do want to speak to you, my man. So we'll take Ben off and we'll get Ben to rejoin. Big up, Ben. But do rejoin, Ben, because I really do want to speak to you. But let's waste no time. We have a good few in the background here. Let's get on Simon Cohen and see what he has to say. Simon, how are you keeping, man? Oh, Simon's not there. So look, we're going to get Courtney. Oh, Simon's back. Simon's back. So whoever we want next on, Simon or Courtney Mac, just bring one of the boys on. Who have we got?
Okay.
We've got Simon. How are you keeping, my man?
Fine, thanks, Dave. How are you doing?
What do you make of the protest today, Simon?
Well, it certainly worked.
Yeah. But do you know what I was thinking? Do you think it's a case, Simon, of maybe they left one or two of the gates open to try and for the fans to do that, to try and put the fans in a bad light?
Yeah, possibly, Dave. I think you could be right on that one. I really do. Yeah, they got in very easy, didn't they?
Very easy, and it's not only once they got in; it's a couple of times. You know, they got in, and that's my concern. That maybe they thought letting the fans in, maybe that they'd be angry to come in, rip a few things up, and try and put them in the bad light. That's just my feeling on it from the outside in, because my experience of getting in and around stadiums, they're pretty secure. You know, leaving a gate open or just does not happen.
No, it doesn't. I know. Obviously, it'll all unfold in the next couple of days. We'll find out more in the week, no doubt, what happened today, how it all happened. We're going to find out more. There's more to it than meets the eye on this, what happened at Old Trafford.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And look, what do you make on today's game? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, in a way I am, in a way I'm not. I'm just beginning to lose faith at the moment, obviously, because of all this shenanigans, you know, with ENIC and everything. That's the main crux of it at the moment, Dave, is ENIC, isn't it? We just want to see them go, sell up and go. You know, I'm just not, as I've been saying to you and to Ben and Sim, I'm just losing interest in, you know, watching Spurs at the moment with all this going on with ENIC and all this Super League shenanigan which was going on last week. It just gave me a bad taste in my mouth, all this says, and I just want, you know, the top situation to be sorted for once and for all. Get somebody to take the club over, and you know, just move on. Just get this, you know, get the dead wood out, obviously on the player side, blah blah blah. But I've had enough, you know, as I've been saying, I've had enough with it. We just want to get them out because they're just poisoning. They're poisoning the club. They really are with their antics.
They are. Look, we do need to get them out. But Simon, why don't you send out a message to every Spurs fan watching right now how important it is to get down there on the 15th? Oh,
very important. It's very important. As long as it doesn't get violent, Dave, it's got to be done properly. Yeah. We don't want any bad things going on. Just do it, you know, protest properly, get the message across, and you know, let Levy and Lewis know what we want. We want them out.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I really can't stress how important it is enough that us Spurs fans get down there and we get a sizable protest going. None of this Mickey Mouse stuff anymore. Show them we've had enough. We need to get down there. But Simon, on today's game, look, even if we win today, do you think top four is still on if we win our next 4 games after this, or is it over?
They could do it, but I don't think they will. I think it's going to be obviously Man City won the league, Man United will come second, Leicester will come third, and I think Chelsea will come fourth. So we can still do it, but we won't. And I don't really want Spurs to get into the Champions League because they don't really deserve to get in there.
Yeah, 100%. And look, do you want to return a Tanguy and Ndombele today, or do you think maybe stick Harry Winks in there?
No, Winks. I don't know. I don't even want to see Winks on the bench. Get Dembele in and get Bale in. Put our strongest side out possible and take this lot. You know, go out there and win 3 or 4-0. Just get the 3 points and then move on to Leeds next week. Just go out there. Do your bit. Get your 3 points where you can and just see how the season pans out. But in the meantime, I just want to get this ENIC thing sorted out. And then we've got this manager scenario hanging all over us. We don't know who's the next manager. That's another thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on at this club that I've just, it's all bad. It is all bad. As Brian said at the first of the show, enough is enough of all this. We want our Tottenham back, and that starts with getting rid of these 2 clowns at the top, getting some decent owners in, and just moving on. We need a new.
Have you got a manager in mind, Simon, that you'd like to bring in?
Well, I've been going on about Conte and Simone, but that won't happen. So it's going to be. I've been reading around today and looking on all the websites. They're talking about Martinez at the moment. He seems to be the flavour of the day. Roberto Martinez, the ex-Wigan and the Belgian manager at the moment. He's another yes man. So that ticks Levy's boxes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true. But everybody in the comment section, let us know whether you think Martinez could be the man for the job. It's not a bad name to throw in the ring, to be fair. But sorry, go on.
No. Well, who do you want, Dave? Who do you seriously want to be the next Spurs manager?
Being honest, Simon, I actually don't. I still don't have a preference. It's been racking my brain since Jose has been sacked, and I don't. See, what we need to know is what direction the club wants to go in. Whether it's going to be another long-term rebuild, whether they're going to bring in an experienced manager and just keep the same squad and not rotate it. Because I believe if we don't rotate the squad, Simon, we're going to have to bring in an experienced manager. Because bringing in a young manager and who wants to play a certain way and stuff like that, I really do just think these players are just going to throw them under the bus again. So we'll be in the same situation in a year, 18 months' time again, if that happens. But look, it's not about me. It's not about me, Simon. It's about you. It's about you. Do you want Europa League next year?
What, Europa League? Are you talking about the other one, the conference, whatever you call it?
Well, both. Do you want both?
Oh, God. Oh, well, there'd be more be more money in Levy's pocket, then, won't it? To do nothing with. Be more money for him.
It'd be paying for watching other teams in Europe and not Spurs, though. Do you not think?
Yeah, true. All I'm hoping is Arsenal don't go on and win the UEFA Cup and they get the Champions League. They could do that, couldn't they? That really will cheese me off even more the way it's going at the moment. But I just got a bad taste in my mouth with this club. I really have. I'm just sick and tired of the way this club's going. I just want to see Levy and Lewis just say, right, enough is enough. They've done their 20 years. We've won 1 trophy in 20 years. They have failed on the playing side. Okay, we've got a wonderful stadium, a wonderful training ground, but that don't win trophies, does it? It's what's on the pitch that wins trophies, and it's not happening on the pitch. And we've got people like Harry Kane.
The training ground. With the training ground, Simon, that's fair enough. We needed it. You do need the training ground to be able to attract players and that. But with the stadium, look, that stadium wasn't just for us. With the concerts, the retractable, this, that, and the other. It was always in view of making money and stuff like that. But just quickly, Simon, we do have a super chat here from Nigel Gates, and he says it would be nice if the players were pissed with the situation and took it on Sheffield United today. And he's going with a 6-0 scoreline. So big up, Nigel Gates. I absolutely love the optimism with the 6-0 scoreline.
Well, it could happen. You never know. Depends what Spurs turn up, doesn't it? Really, but if they can't beat Sheffield United, then Jesus Christ, then what's it going to? What's it coming to? We can't beat Sheffield United. They're relegated. They're a very poor side. They've got loads of injuries, but I think Spurs will probably just scrape 1 or 2-0, and that'll be it. Yeah.
No, but look, Simon, I know you have a bad taste in your mouth right now with what's going on at the club.
I have a very bad taste in my mouth, and I don't think it's going to go away quickly, Dave, either. I really don't.
No, but look, we all do. But at the end of the day, Simon, I reckon, just give the boys the support for this 90 minutes, and we can go back to it.
Yeah.
Let's get behind.
Yeah, I'll sit there and say, come on, blah, 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 and then that'll be it. then I'll get on, get onto the show later on and say what I think about the game and everything. But I'm not, like I said, I said to Lennon the other day, or whoever it was on, I said, I feel sorry for the youngsters these days, the way this club's going, because I've seen the trophies in the 70s, 60s and the 70s and the 80s. So I've been one of the lucky ones to keep the trophies coming. But it's the youngsters these days itself, and that generation, who are just seeing all this garbage going on at the moment. I feel sorry for you lot, because I've seen some good times. I've seen some good times, but you lot haven't seen any yet.
No, look, you make me jealous sometimes, some of you older guys with the trophies you've seen us lift. You do make me jealous. But look, Simon, we do have a lot of people.
All right, mate.
We do have a lot of people waiting. But before I let you go, I do want a score prediction on you, and I want your biggest Enoch out.
I'm going to say 2-0 to Spurs. Do you want the goal scorers as well, or just say 2-0? 2-0. All right.
No, give me goal scorers if you have goal scorers in mind.
Probably be Kane and Son, 2-0 Spurs, and F off Enoch.
Absolutely love it, Simon. Thank you so much for coming on, my man. And I look forward to watching you on the post-match show as well.
All right, mate. Keep up the good work. Good lad. I'll speak to you soon.
I'll see you soon, Simon. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. And let's not waste any time. Let's bring on Courtney Mac. The guy's been waiting for a while. Let's bring him on and see what he has to make of all the events going on today. Courtney,
David, how are you, man?
Of everything on today.
Oh, geez. You know what? It's making it easier to predict our starting 11. You know that Toby and Roden are going to start because apparently Dyer and Sanchez are working security at Old Trafford today, just letting everybody buy them.
Oh, that's brilliant. No, 100%, lad, 100%. But look, what do you make of the protest today that they managed to get the game called off? Do you think it's sending a message? Do you think maybe they're going to get a lot of backlash for this in the press? And like I was saying, do you think maybe that there was a gate or two left open for these fans to come in to try and shine them in a bad light, thinking that they were going to come in and start wrecking the stadium?
Well, you know what? Obviously, I don't think they were prepared for the fans to be so aggressive. Who knows what's going to happen after this? But just for anybody out there who still is cutting Levy and Enoch and Hitchin and those Muppets any slack, just look at what's going on at Old Trafford today. And you're looking at a club that over the last 10 years has invested £1.2 billion on the pitch. And they have trophies to show for it. And if you're sitting here still defending Enoch and Levy, I think you need to give your head a shake, because we should be outraged beyond what any of these clubs that have had success in the last decade are showing. So I know that the big one is scheduled for the 15th, but until then, if you're on social media, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, don't change the narrative. Don't let the distraction campaign, this ridiculous circus of a managerial search that's been going on, take away from the fact that we need to maintain the pressure on this board and this ownership. We need to take our club back, because if we don't take it back now, we may never get it back from them. And it's only a matter of time until they try and steal it from us again with this Super League.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I think Will Stewart and I have been saying this all along, that it will come back in some sort of shape or form, and they will try to do it again. But look, it's up to us to stop it. And I do think today, what United fans have done today, I do think it's a good start to try, keep it nipped in the book. But all the other clubs have to follow. All Spurs fans have to follow on the 15th. But even like you were saying, even we can still play our part all over social media platforms. Boycott buying stuff in the shop. When you can't go back to the stadium, give up your ticket for the cause. Just don't go. I know it's easier said than done, because there's people, man, that they live for going to these games, so it is easier said than done. But there's lots of things us fans, that aren't over or living in England or living in and around London or that we can do. So we also need to put the pressure on. But Cody, why don't you send out a message to all them people on why they need to get down there on the 15th?
Yeah, like I was just saying, if you think that what has gone on here in the past 2 weeks with these 12 clubs, and let's face it, PSG, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, they would have all joined eventually, those 15 founding clubs. They've tried to take the game of football away from especially the English fans of Tottenham Hotspur and the other fans of the clubs in England. It's treason. It's absolute treason. And you know what? I can understand if you're a season ticket holder it's been a long time since you've been able to go in to see matches and everything. But like David said, even if you're going to go in, don't support the concessions. Don't buy the new shirts, right? Don't buy from the partner sponsors that Tottenham arrange with. Don't buy Dulux paint. Don't buy Audi,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of stuff. And if you do go to the game, bring an Enoch Out banner with you, and watch out, because I'm sure that Daniel Levy will have a concession stand outside and he'll be wearing a wig trying to sell Enoch Out stuff. So watch out for that frickin' weasel out front.
100%. But look, we will get on to a bit about today's game, Cody. On today's game, what are you expecting? Are you expecting us to just rock up and blow these off the park? Because it really should be what's happening. They are relegated. The only thing they've left to play for is pride. And for me, I think, you know, even if it might be slightly beyond the realms of possibility, we do need to make a good run at these 5 games and trying ourselves in top 4. What do you think?
You know what? We know what should happen, even with the season that we've had. Sheffield United, they're just terrible. They've scored 18 goals all season. So we know what we should expect. But let's face it, every day for the last 6 weeks that I've woken up as a Spurs fan, I've come into the day hoping that things will get better, and they've only seemed to get worse every single day. So it's hard to maintain any level of confidence that we will go out there and do exactly what's required. You know, it's so frustrating, because it feels like if after 5 minutes we aren't absolutely battering them, that feeling of the trap door is going to open underneath us is just going to creep in again. So yeah, I mean, we should be absolutely dominating them. But as far as Champions League football, I mean, I've written that off since I wrote that off back at the Newcastle game. If we make top 4, honestly, the whole of the rest of the Premier League should be relegated down to the Championship. There's absolutely no excuse why we should be making top 4. It would be the absolute biggest bottle job on behalf of our opponents. It'd be worse than what we do when we bottle. So, yeah. But I do think it's important for us to finish strong. I do think it's important for some of these players to get their fitness back a little bit and show what they can do on the pitch, because that'll just bring their transfer fee up when we go to get rid of them in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Just quickly, Cody, and look, everyone stay tuned. The lineups will be coming out now shortly, and we will be giving you the lineup. Also, you know what? We need you, the Harris Army, the WeAreTottenhamTV Army. If you want to keep seeing this show further into next year, we need to put the pressure on the boys to make this happen. Smash a like on the stream. Smash a subscribe on the channel. Keep getting that comment section going mad like it already is. Get your super chats in. Show the boys that this is the show you want before the game. Get them super chats in. Let me know what managers you want. Whether you want European football next season, whether that be the Europa Conference League or the Europa League. You know, what manager you want in, how we should go about getting Enoch out. Get your super chats in and let me know. Cody, do you think Gareth Bale is a player I want to talk about? So, in terms of what he's done over the course of a season, it hasn't been enough. We all know that. Every Spurs fan knows that. Do you play him these last 5 games? Or do you bring in Bergwijn and give him the run and try and get his confidence going for next season?
I think as long as top 4 is mathematically possible, I think Gareth Bale has a role to play. And let's face it, we might as well try and get our money's worth, you know, as long as he's not costing us the game. But yeah, I mean, if we could go back to September, early September, when the Gareth Bale loan first happened, it's really hard to come to grips with how poorly it's gone for us. It's been a complete disaster, if you're asking me. The only reason, it looks like the only reason that he was brought in here was to sell shirts and for himself to get ready for match fitness for Euros. It's been a huge disappointment, considering how absolutely pumped up all of us were. I mean, we didn't think that it was even a possibility that we would end up with Gareth Bale at any point until his Real Madrid contract went out. So, I mean, this is the kind of game where Gareth Bale should absolutely dominate. You know, if you look at what the few good performances that he's had, it's been against the likes of Burnley. It's been against the likes of Crystal Palace. Gareth Bale, today, it should be his playground out there. He should be dominating.
Well, Corey, but you'll be happy. We have the starting lineup here. So let's get the starting lineup for the fans. This is what they all tune in for. So we have Hugo Lloris in goals. We have Reggie at left back. Sergi Reguilon, he deserves to play. Of course, no Ben Davies, so he was always going to play. with Dyer and Toby and Aurier at right back. So the back four hasn't changed from the cup final, with a midfield pairing of Højbjerg and Lo Celso, with Son, Dele and Bale completing that three, and then Harry Kane being leading the line up top. So Cody, what do you make of that selection? Look, Dele preferred, Winks has dropped first of all, with Dele preferred to come in. No Ndombele again. What do you make on this? Well, I actually can't wait to speak to Will Stewart on this, because I know what Will Stewart is thinking on it. But what do you think of no Ndombele in the starting lineup? Surely that's a massive shock again. What's going on?
Yeah, you know what? I don't hate it, because like I've said on previous shows, Lo Celso and Ndombele on the pitch together hasn't really worked in any of the games that we've tried it. And on top of that, when you start them both, you're already burning through two of your substitutions, because neither one of them can make it through 90 minutes and be effective. So for me, it's important to have that option where you can make a like-for-like substitution. Maybe not as important today against the worst team in the Premier League, but yeah, it has to beg the question after he didn't step foot on the pitch in the cup final, if there's something else that's been going on. As far as Dele Alli, yeah, you know what? It looks like it's a popularity contest at this point. You know, there's still a lot of people who are still loving Dele Alli and remembering him only as the player that he was when he was at his peak. But me, I'm past it with Dele. I'd have no problem if the club sold him in the summertime. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, he hasn't. What's the best thing? Dele had the one bicycle kick against Wolfsberger. That's about all he's done all year. So, you know, he should have a field day if there's even a shred of what the old Dele is in there, then we should see it today.
What do you looking at this team? Do you think maybe Levy does have is throwing his nose in with this selection? Because like there was this thing going around when Jose was sacked that, you know, the reason why Jose had to do the U-turn with Dele was because Levy wanted him, Winks and that to be given game time to put them out there for the transfer market. And for me, it seems like he's used the cup final and this, even though the cup final is there to be lifting, to be winning trophy. And this game, you know, sets us on a route for top four. Yet Levy would rather give these players a run out, you know, to put them in the shop window, than actually achieve something.
Yeah.
Madness.
You know what? I feel bad for Ryan Mason, because, you know, you're 29 years old. You're just kind of at the out. You've had your career come to an end because of injury, and you're at the outset of your managerial career. And what are you going to say if Daniel Levy comes to you and offers you the Tottenham managerial job, even in an interim position? Of course, you're going to say yes. But for me, all I'm seeing with Ryan Mason is that he's just this cute little puppy that Daniel Levy is putting in front of the camera to deflect from the attention that the negative attention that should be being just lashing out at Enoch because of this Super League fiasco and the way that the club has been run. So, you know, it's really too bad. He just appears to be a complete puppet. His answers in the press conference are probably written by Levy and Hitchen themselves, and I would guarantee 100% that he doesn't have control over this starting lineup, not in the least.
No, it doesn't look like it to me. It really doesn't look like it to me. Like, let's be honest, what has Dele done all season? But it's not only that. He's been poor for a good 2 years, if not a little bit longer now. And just to throw him in like that, you know, and to play with you, to gamble on getting European football next season just so you can put players in the market, it's just it just really reflects how much of a shambles we're in right now, doesn't it?
Yep, and it's all part of this massive campaign of distraction. You know, like if you had a pie chart of people who thought that Dele Alli still deserved a chance at this club, there would be a big slice of the pie. And all of those Dele truthers out there right now are celebrating and popping their champagne bottles and everything. And that they're doing that instead of focusing on the real issue, which is getting this ownership changed. But yeah, I don't know. Why can't we have nice things, David? Why can't we have nice things?
No, I don't know. Look, like I always say, I always get onto the outlet at least once a week. It's like, why did you put me through this lifetime of pain? You know, you could have saved me so much heartache, so much emotions. You know, I firmly believe I'm going to be grey by the time I'm 40, which I shouldn't be. You know, I have a good head of hair. So I blame the outlet every day for this. But what can you do? But we do have a super chat here from Mintu Lee. It says, So, what the fuck is Mason? First Winks and now Deli. He really loves his mates. Where is Ndombele and where is Lucas? Deli over Lucas is a joke. What do you make of that comment? And big yourself up for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Everyone follow suit. You should be absolutely raging with this lineup. You should be raging with what's going on at the club right now. Get in your super chats. Let me know whether you think Levy is handpicking this team. What do you make on that super chat about Deli being picked over Lucas? No Ndombele. What do you make?
Yeah, it's like we've been saying, you know, he's been put in the shop window, you know, let's see what he can do so we can maybe get a bit of a boost in the price, the transfer fee that we could get for him. But I will say that if there was a game that we were going to play Dele Alli from the start, from the get-go, it had to be this game, you know. So I don't know. I hope he succeeds. I hope that he goes out there and bosses it. I hope he scores 2 goals and creates 2 others. But yeah, it's hard to see how this is our best lineup, and that's disappointing. You know, like we hired a cup manager and sacked him 6 days before the cup final. It just seems like winning is not the priority for this club, and that, as a supporter, is disgusting. I'm just fed up with this season. I'm fed up with this club, and the disgust that I feel on a daily basis, it's just amplifying over time. So let's just, you know what, I just want something good to happen. So just make something good happen today, please. Make today better than the last instead of the other way around.
Yeah, 100%. And Cody, looking at that lineup, what formation do you think we'll be playing? For me, it's definitely looking like a 4-2-3-1. But what do you make?
Yeah, 4-2-3-1. Dele playing behind Kane. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there could be any other way for them to line up, which I don't mind. You know, it's an attacking formation. It's attacking squad. Can't ask for much more than that. And I just hope that Ndombele comes on when Lo Celso is done, because I swear to God, if we're only up 1 goal, or if the game is tied and Moussa Sissoko steps foot on that pitch, I swear to God, I'm going to eat my hat.
Yeah, stop. I swear to God, I will as well. You know what I mean? But my hat's famous, so I probably can't afford to do that. But, Cody, before we do let you go, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. I've really enjoyed this conversation. You know, you always put a smile on my face. I think you're so funny, man. But look, I want your score prediction, and I want your biggest Enoch out.
Yeah, I'll get to that. But I do want to say, David, if anyone who's watching this, if you just go over to the Irish Hotspur and subscribe on YouTube, because David, I got to say, your content is just getting better and better every single video. I laughed my ass off yesterday watching you do the preview show with the lads from Paxton Road, and also they should be getting some more subscribers as well. I mean, Sam from Paxton Road is just hilarious. I love that sense of humor. But you know what? I can't confidently say that we're going to go out and batter them like we should on paper, but I will back us to keep a clean sheet against the worst side in Premier League football. I'm going to say 2-0 to Spurs, and Enoch out. Don't forget it. Say it every single day. It is your daily affirmation. Hashtag Enoch out, Levy out, Hitchin out. Get these Muppets out of my club.
There you are. You know, Courtney Mac, you're the voice of reason, man. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for the kind words, lad. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you soon, my man.
See you soon, David.
See you, Cody. Lads, Cody, an absolute legend. He always has a lot to say. I always love listening to what he has to say as well. You know, he's absolutely brilliant. But look, let's waste no more time. Let's bring on the main man himself, Will Stewart, the man I want to talk about Ndombele. Will, we're not even going to waste any time. Ndombele, tell everybody your theory.
Yeah, so not such of a off the wall idea that I had yesterday. After all, is it? Look, you know, you had Ndombele, who maybe didn't have a great match against Southampton, but as far as his fitness was concerned, running around effort wise, it was probably one of his highest effort matches. Gets subbed off in the 67th minute for Harry Winks. I think that Ndombele, you could obviously tell from the video of the match that he was extremely ticked off about it, and you know, being subbed off for the likes of Harry Winks, and then you don't see him talk or shake hands or slap hands or you know, high five Ryan Mason. Doesn't play in the final at all. Doesn't even come off the bench to warm up, and now he's not starting again. So, yeah. And I mean, too, I just think that there's been a rift there. I think there's some of the newer players who, don't know Ryan Mason that maybe are having some trust issues with him and showing him the respect as a young manager with, no real CV. I think that's the situation that's going on right now. And then two, what does Lucas got to do? What does Lucas got to do to play when he's been really one of our? Yeah, I'm sure he gets his head down and he makes some rash decisions. But from effort and from an attacking perspective, I mean, he's been one of our best players over the last 4 or 5 months.
Maybe he had a blow up past the cup final after being taken off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. There's something that's going on here. And
I would have went nuts if I was Lucas.
100%. And with this whole Ryan Mason thing, look, I don't place the blame on him from taking the job. Who wouldn't? But your actions that you take after you've taken that job, you are 100% culpable for that by yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you took the job, and then you have your standards or whatever, but if you're continually 3 weeks in a row now showing that you're based on your team selection, that you're just a mouthpiece for Daniel Levy, then you're responsible for that. And who else can I hold responsible for it? I mean, who else is out there? Who's the one picking the names on the team sheet? Is Daniel Levy emailing them to Ryan Mason and he's just going and doing it himself? And if so, why isn't Ryan Mason in Daniel Levy's office saying, you've hired me to be the caretaker, let me do my job. You do your job, I'll do my job. Right? You got to have...
Yeah. He wouldn't have the balls to do it, though, would he, Will? He's 29, you know what I mean? He's tough from the under 18s. He's never going to come out and do it, is he?
I don't know, man. Even when I was his age, dude, I just have the kind of personality that I like to rock the boat. I don't know if people have noticed or not.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I have no problem rocking the boat. I have no problem standing up for what I think is the right thing to do, regardless of if people dislike it or not. Some people like that. Some people don't. That's okay. But I mean, you just look, and with this Daniel Levy thing too, you got to just... Why is that showing that on my screen?
Oh, no, it's just the boys are just putting up the starting lineup. So I'll just run through it quickly again. Hugo Lloris in goal, Serge Aurier right back, Toby Alderweireld centre back along with Moon Boots Dyer, Regulon at left back, a partnership of Lo Celso and Højbjerg with Dele, Bale and Son completing the three, and then Kane leading the line. That's your lineup, guys. To be honest with you, I can't believe Dele's in there. But Will, do you know what I was thinking? The reason why I think Dele might be there is because we've noticed, when Kane is dropping deep, there's no focal point in the box. There's no one in the box. So Kane drops deep. He does all this good work, creates crossing positions and stuff like that. There's no one in the box to target. Do you think when Dele's best performances for Tottenham were getting in the box beyond Harry Kane, do you think maybe that's what he's trying to replicate today?
Yeah, I mean that's possible. And look, I like Dele Alli. I don't have a problem against Dele Alli, even though, but I'm not. Even though I like him, like he was, first when we switched to Nike, the first Nike kit that I got was a Dele Alli kit, right? So I mean, I'm a huge fan of Dele Alli, but that doesn't mean that I think he deserves to get a starting line have a starting role in where we're at today.
Yeah,
and I just think. Based on his performances over the season, that there are other people that deserve to be, Ndombele playing in that 10 spot, Lucas playing in that 10 spot. There are other players that deserve that spot more than he does right now. But if he's going to be on the pitch and he's going to be playing, hopefully it's a good thing. Hopefully he can come out and have like he did in some of the group stages of the Europa League and have a good performance. I wish the best for him. I really do. I hope that he could pull it back together, and maybe this is a shot. Playing a week in Sheffield United team, and just looking at their lineup earlier too, and seeing that they're kind of playing in a 3-4-3. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I just. I hope it works out for him. I hope it does. I hope he's able to, take advantage a little bit of the number advantage that we could have if we really, play attacking style football in that 4-2-3-1 formation.
Hopefully his new haircut, we're going to call him Deli Marley from now on, because, you know, with his new hair, I think that's what we should be calling him. But Nigel Gates with the super chat, Will, says, worst case, we win rest of the games and then make Mason manager next season, relegation. And look, this is the thing with top four. If he does get top four, you can see him being given the job, can't you?
Yeah, no, I mean, if he gets top four and he gets the job, you know, I mean, I'll support the club and I'll support the team and hope for the best that we can do for the next season. But you know, I'm not going to be excited about it at all. I think that, I mean, look, if you're already, I'm seeing it now, especially where the team selections are going and stuff like that. I'm seeing it now is that there's already starting to be problems with his age and experience. Right? It's not his age, and but it's more so his experience, right? Yeah. I mean, you go from coaching U18s, you've only been a manager for what, maybe 2 years tops at any level. And, you know, it's just, how could you, I would have a hard time. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I'm a pro now in the fit of my career, some guy who's never managed anything other than kids comes up to me and says, you need to do this. I'd be like, you know, hey, boss. Yeah. You know, I would go on and do my own thing, right? Like, I wouldn't respect it, especially with, you know, some of these players that have personalities. It's got to be a thing that's going on now. And if that's already happening, I mean, can you imagine what next season's going to be like? Can you imagine what the transfer window is going to be like? Is it going to be 100%?
Far ahead, Will. I really don't. You know, what's going on already is giving me enough of a headache to try and unscramble. But big up Nigel Gates for the super chat. I really do appreciate it, my man. 100%. And then we have another super chat here, Will, from Travis Kendall. He says, if there was a game for Delhi to play, this would be it. What about Roden, though? Not even on the bench. What do you make of that, Will? And big up Travis for the super chat. Everyone else, follow suit. Don't be afraid to get them in. Show your support for the We Are Tottenham TV channel. Show your support for this. For this pre-match pump up. The more super chats, the more likes, the more people watching, and the more subscribers to the channel, the more these boys can not do this next season. So let's put the pressure on and keep doing what you guys, the We Are Tottenham TV and the Harris Army, are doing. But sorry, Will. About Roden, let's get back to Travis' super chat. About Roden, not even on the bench. What do you make of that? Probably being one of our best defenders this year.
Shocking, to be honest with you. I mean, granted, Eric Dyer had a good game, arguably, in the final. So him playing in the next match isn't a shock, right? It's not a shock. But the him not even being on the bench is a shock. Yeah, that's a shock. I couldn't tell you what's going on, man.
I don't understand it either. Look, to be fair to Moon Boots, he did have a good game against City, right? He did. Him, Aurier, Reguilon. Will, I can't, why are we not punishing Aurier for what he done in that cup final with that needless free kick? He should be punished. He has to be punished because every big game comes around. This guy does the same thing. The same thing. He always lets us down. Why are we not punishing him? Why are we not seeing Tanganga right back today?
No, it's another good point. You know, other than Kane and Son, or maybe even Kane and Son, this may be a team full of people that they plan on selling in the summer. So, you know, starting lineup of people they plan on selling. So, you know, you never know what's going on with the whole Daniel Levy thing. And as far as that, you know, I'll say my quick thoughts on the Daniel Levy issue. Daniel Levy stepped down as chairman now. You can keep your little 30% sharehold that you hold in Enoch, but you don't need to be involved in the day-to-day operations of this club. You're a cancer. You may think that you know what you're doing. You may think of yourself as a good businessman, but being a businessman entails more than just buying property. Anybody can go on Zillow and do that. But if you were a smart business person, you would realize that spending a little bit more money here and a little bit more money there on players in the pitch instead of buying discount players, it's going to make you more money in the long run. And for you to not see that, for you to be that short-sighted, it makes me doubt your ability as a businessman. So step down. You don't need to be there. Put somebody in place who actually knows what they're doing. And every good CEO knows when they're outside of their depth, and you, sir, are outside of your depth.
100%. But look, Will, you know, I'd love to sit here and talk to you all day. You know that, my man. But we do have 10 minutes left of the show, and I do want to get you kid on. He's been sitting there patiently waiting. But before you go, Will, first of all, I want your score prediction, and I want your biggest Enoch out, my man.
Score prediction is 3-0 for today, and yeah. Enoch out.
Big up, Will. Big up, Will. And anybody, you know, where you can find Will Stewart is on Will Stewart THFC rants. Boys, he's an absolute gent. He's a great lad, and he puts out great content. Very humorous as well. So get over there and check him out. What a hero. And lads, we do have 10 minutes left, like I was saying. So get your super chats in and show your appreciation for the show that we put on today. We did get one from Kieran, no comment. And then we have one more super chat here as well. Stuart Gallup, he says, Mason could work if Ralph Ragnick comes in above him as director of football or PR as manager with Mason as assistant. Yeah, yeah, it could work. It could work. That's not a bad shout, Stuart, to be fair. But lads, let's bring on Ye Kid. He's been patiently waiting. I want to hear what this guy has to say.
Yes, David.
Yo, my man, how are you keeping? What's up with you? What's your thoughts on everything going on today in today's game?
Unbelievable. Ndombele not starting again. I think this has to be a relationship problem. Again, Ryan Mason wants to play his best mates, and at the end of the day, he has to realize Ndombele has quality. He's coming in his prime right now, and he needs to be getting game time.
Yeah, he does. He does. Are you shocked he's not in the lineup today? Because I don't understand it. Like, I really don't understand it. Why wouldn't you play on Ndombele? And then you could, or you could even play on Ndombele in the number 10. This is the thing. Why are we bringing in Dele Alli, who's done nothing for us this season?
Yeah, Dele Alli playing in that number 10 position doesn't really make sense to me, because that number 10 position is for somebody that plays with energy and plays with running around for the ball. Lucas Moura plays like that. That's why he fits that position best. Dele Alli is more of a center midfield player, playing ball, attacking. He doesn't like to defend much, and he doesn't like to track back for the ball. But Ndombele, I'm happy that Eric Dyer's playing, because he had a good Carabao Cup final. Obviously, his season has been up and down, but he had a good Carabao Cup final, and I think he deserved to play. But Serge Aurier, I don't know how that guy got into the team. I don't know how that guy even got back into the stadium after his performance in the Carabao Cup final.
I don't understand it either. But you know, kid, this is the problem. You know, no one's really ever held accountable for their decisions at Tottenham, are they? You know what I mean? Or the mistakes they make. These players, they're never held accountable. Ryan Mason's their buddy, so he's just going to keep picking these players. But do you think, back to Dele Alli, do you think maybe we started Dele Alli within a view of getting him into the box with Harry Kane? You know the way Harry Kane is dropping deep, doing all the creative stuff, but we have no one in the box to get the ball into or aim at. Do you think maybe that the aim of playing Dele Alli today is to get him in advanced positions, get him in the box when Kane is dropping deep?
Yeah, 100%. As we know, Kane can play literally any position on the field. He's even played goalkeeper once. But this guy, Harry Kane, he drops back, he defends, and we need somebody to go up. But what I don't understand is Ndombele could do that exact same thing. So I don't know why they picked Dele Alli.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And what do you make on Roden? Obviously, Mason's gone with the same back four that played against City. To be fair, played decent enough apart from that mistake. But what do you think of Roden? Not even on the bench, my man. He's probably been our best defender over the last while, hasn't he?
Yeah, surprised, very surprised. I don't know why he doesn't get game time. He seems to have a good time at Tottenham so far. He hasn't made any mistakes. He's been spot on. But in the other hand, they're playing people like Sergio Reguilon, who had a horrible final, and Serge Aurier, who had a horrible final. And even in other parts of the season, I know Eric Dyer right now, he played a good Carabao Cup final, so he deserves to play. But there was other parts in the season where he had horrible games, and he still started.
Yeah. 100%. And what do you make on what Stuart's super chat was there when he was saying that Mason could work if we bring in Ralph Ragnick as director of football, or even bring him in as manager and put Ryan Mason as the assistant?
Look, nobody can work with this club if Daniel Levy and Enoch are still on the board. It's impossible. They make it impossible for managers to succeed at the club, and it's a disgrace. We need to get them out.
Yeah, we do. And come here, what do you make of the United's protest today and getting the game cancelled? Do you think maybe that's the right way to go for fans?
Look, the United protest, they're mad. Obviously, their board hasn't done much. But at the end of the day, Man United is a club that wins trophies.
Yeah.
We need to protest more than that. They're getting that mad and they still win trophies. Us as a club, we made it to the Champions League final. We're better than what we are right now. And we're not we need to protest harder. I know I don't live in London, so I can't go to the protests and all,
Yeah.
but we need to get our voice out and protest.
No, we do. It's important. I can't stress enough everybody to get down there on the 15th and make your voice heard, make yourself known. I really can't stress that enough. But you, kid, do you want European football next year? First of all, do you think we can still get top four?
Mathematically, we can. We have 5 more games, and if we win this game, we go to 5. But do we deserve it? Absolutely not. We've thrown away so many games. It's been one of our worst seasons. Honestly, last season, which was an absolute disgrace, was better than this season. The way that we've thrown away results, the way that we've thrown away positions, we were top of the league by December. Now we're struggling to get Champions League football. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it is. It is a disgrace. It just shows how far we've fallen. And last question, you kid, before we do end off the show, my man, is do you want Europa League next year, or do you think we'd probably be better off not being in Europa League next year and just concentrate going all out for top 4 and the cups?
We'd be lucky if we get Conference League next season.
Would you take Conference League? I would. I'm not messing. I would.
I mean, it would finally be probably a trophy.
Yeah, but look, I know there's a lot of people going to be calling me deluded about the Conference League, but I grew up around Liverpool United fans, and all they were doing was watching their team in Europe. So on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, you'd be out around the estate playing ball, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to watch my team in the Champions League here. And I'd be left outside alone, kicking a ball off a wall because I didn't want to watch them, And I always just thinking, when can my club do it? And we got there, and now, we're just off the back of the Champions League finals, as good as it gets, and it's just been disappointing from there on out. But yeah, I would still want to see my team in some sort of European competition than none. So I would take it if it came to it. But you, kid, man, I want your score prediction, and then I want your biggest Enoch out.
All right, for score prediction, it's hard. I had one before, but now since seeing some players not being in the starting lineup, it's kind of changed. So I'm going to say 2-1 to Tottenham. And my biggest Enoch out. Enoch out!
That's what I'm talking about. Big up, you kid. My man, thank you so much for coming on and joining me. And I want to see you on again every week, my man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But look, lads, we are going to end it there. Lads and ladies, we are going to end it there. A massive thank you to all the guests for coming on and sharing your opinions. A massive thank you to all you super chatters for your support for the show and for the channel. A massive thank you to the We Are Tottenham TV Army and the Harris Army collaborating, and everyone else for tuning in as well. A massive thank you to Sim and Ben, the 2 goats of Spurs YouTube, and their production team, Frank. Big shout out to all of them as well. Make sure you smash a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel. And when this video ends, put your comments in the comment section below as well. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm. But look, make sure you stay tuned for the watch along with Ben and Sim. That will be starting in about 15 minutes time, and they'll be taking you all the way through to the post-match fan show, the show that everybody loves coming on, laughing when we're winning or angry when we're losing. But until next time, I've been the Irish Hotspur. I think it's been a great show. Thank you to all you guys for tuning in, for making this show happen, because it can't be done without you. Until next time, come on, you Spurs, and a nice 3-0 win today. Let's have it.